over the years, there's been some discussions about introducing competitors to Eskom. And in many parts of the world, you do have these independent power producers. I don't know at this stage as to how competitive. And in fact, the information I received in the past was that because Eskom was so cheap, it was unattractive for independent power producers to enter into the market. But we have to look at the cost of electricity and mitigate those expenses as best we can, and we will do that.
So what NERSA does is a regulator that translates the policy into a tariff, that which you and I have to pay at the end of each month. So the problem is not a NERSA problem. You are sitting with a policy problem. And that's why we are resolving the policy question. So essentially, we are moving from energy not just being available, but it must be accessible. Because like I said, yes, because accessible by definition, yes. I mean affordable, yeah. And the infrastructure is technically sound. So that's what I mean by that. So we do appreciate the fact that there's been an exponential rise in the cost of electricity. Just a startling figure. Between 2007 and 2023, electricity has gone up by 987%. And inflation has gone up in the same period by 150%. Yeah. So that delta, it means that we have significantly eroded the disposable income of household. Household consumption constitutes over 60% of South Africa's GDP, so we're stunting growth in the country. But also we're undermining the ability of industry to compete. Some of them, they're exporting, so their goods are lending very expensive, especially those that are being produced through energy-intensive, if you like, applications. So we need to resolve that question. Yeah. So how do you suggest to resolve that question? There's a multiplicity of intervention. We have finished the pricing policy, just going through the approval processes in government, and we're taking out to the public. Is that there's a special category of consumers that they deserve a particular attention, and really that's the poor. Because if you come to think of it, you give them on the one side old age pension grants, SASA and the like, and then you are taking it the other side. Yeah. So yeah, the net really is that they remain very poor. So that relief, if you like, the social wage is being eroded by the cost of these administered prices. So we're creating, we think we must increase the amount of free basic electricity from 50 kilowatt hour to a number that is anything between 200 and 300 kilowatt hour. But we are not going to burden the state. So you and I who can afford will not have the obligation of having to subsidize that. So we think that within the existing resource envelope, we can use it better and reallocate it for this purpose. The second one is on industry. Industry is the lifeblood of the South African economy. Must get people into jobs. So for us to get people into jobs, these businesses have to compete because some of them, they're exporting. So you need to create a dispensation, expanding the negotiated price agreement to support this industry so that they get people into jobs and we are able to address poverty. And then the third area is how you compute. It's a more technical one. So this has to do with how you account for your the capital that has been invested in your asset base, how you account for it in the tariff. Because what that does is going to...
That cost-reflective approach.
Yes. But also how over time, I mean, how do you account for the money you spend on your asset. And we think doing all of the above, including new technologies, including the structural reconfiguration of your energy mix where you have more renewable energy, then you will be able to significantly address the cost of electricity.
Let me ask you